Welcome back everyone. We're in the Giants Editor today and I want to do a tutorial on the terrain mesh paint mode. Just a real quick thing to teach you how to do it. You can do, mostly people do trees with it. You could do other stuff, but it wouldn't make any sense on most things. But it depends, I guess, what it is. But anyway, my name's Jewel. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Right now my internet's out and hopefully it'll be on soon as possible. I'm trying to work that out. I don't have a date or anything, or I'm just trying to get it under control, fixed, so we can get back going on here and posting like normal. I post normally every day, but for now I'm just posting every 4 or 5 days or so, using a hotspot, so bear with me. We also hit 500 subscribers, and actually 501 last I checked, and I sure appreciate every single subscriber. Thank you so much. That's amazing, and it happened while I was without internet and still without internet, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Stay tuned. Watch the older videos if you're new to the channel, or even if you're not new, please watch the older videos and it will help the channel a lot, and I do thank you. So we're going to get started and go ahead and pick a tree, and in this case we've selected American Elm Stage 3, and what you're going to do is scroll down to Mesh Painting in under the Terrain Editing. If you don't have that, click on Window and you can open up terrain editing or any of the other things you need, as you see here, and it will pop terrain editing up. Then you would scroll down, so you can scroll up here and you can scroll down, and in this case we're going to have our left mouse button on add, and in this case I like to use the round. I always use round brush, and in this case this is how they have it when I come into the game. As far as I know, I didn't change anything when I did this. This is the mod map I made to do a tutorial on last time. So what you want to do is first we're going to leave it like this to show you. Okay, so everything they got there, just leave it like it is for now. Select your tree, not the whole group of trees, like I don't know where it would be. Let me see, like up here at the top. Let's roll up so you can see. Don't select the whole group, you just want one tree. Okay, so select the one tree you want to do. Make sure you don't pick the LODO. You don't want to do that. You want the main parent group right here of the transform group. Okay, so you can close that. You see it like that. So now we're going to click on the terrain mesh paint mode, and you can change the size of your radius of your brush. You could pick whatever you want. I mean, I typically don't even worry with that. Up here you could do 5 or 10 or bigger, it doesn't matter, and I just roll it wherever I want with my scroll wheel on my mouse. That's kind of what I do. I don't really worry with that too much. And we're going to go ahead and left mouse click. First I'll roll back down so you can see right here. This is where we have it, excuse me, this is where we have it set at this point, and make sure you have the tree highlighted, and you're just going to left mouse click, and as you can see it's quite a bunch of trees there. So we're going to turn it off, and as you can see over here under the one we were on, it posted all these trees. So all these are those trees, see, and you can see it's quite a few trees. So what you would do, you can come in, look, see how tight it is, but it's because they're so close. It's like three, like it's really small apart there, but it depends on the tree, because some trees are different than this one. But we're going to go back and click on the second one, was the one I think I used originally, and we're going to change this up a little bit. So what we'll do is go to, I don't know, say 14, and we'll go up to like 5. So we'll click on the terrain paint mesh. Let's see what it says, terrain mesh paint mode, and we'll go ahead and click there, and as you can see, get a little bit difference in the distance. And what you can do is keep changing it to where till you get what you like, and once you get the distance you like, you can take it and you can just run it across here and you'll have a way to paint them in real quick, and you could fill this whole area in nicely, like just how you want it. And then, like you say, if that's not good and you're like, they're too close, well, we'll just undo that and we'll leave that one for a second just as a reference. And then you can change the difference on these numbers. We'll go up to, I don't know, 40. Sometimes it's not good to go to a certain number. It depends on the situation. I'm going to keep it closer on the distance minimum, and then we're going to click on the button again on the terrain mesh paint mode, and you click it again, and that one only gave one or a couple depending on the scenario. See, so it really differs on that. So that's only one since it was changed to 40 and 10. So I'm going to show you something. We're going to change it 40 on the bottom. Excuse me. Let's back this up. And 10 on the top and show you the difference in that. So what we got here. See, now it doesn't do anything. So see, you want to keep the bottom, the minimum number less, and the max number higher, because it's not going to do anything. At least not, it's not. So we're just, see, it's not doing nothing. Alright, so what we're going to do is flip it around again, back down to say 4, put that on 40, and then you can see it starts painting it in again. Now let me get out of the view. We ain't got enough room here to work. We'll turn it back on and just go with it. See? And you can see it all varies. Each one changes it, and you can change it lower, which I suggest keeping them closer together, like say 8 and 4. Let's turn around where we can paint over here so I can see it. Now, see how it does better? If you want that many trees. Now, we could go to 10 and 5. Let's find us a place. We got to turn it off real quick. Back up, and we'll just come over here. I like to put it in the green. It looks better. Let's put it where the grass is. All right. And now we're at 10 and 5, and let's just run a strip on each one. We'll do it like that. That's 10 and 5. Now let's go up to 15 and say 10, and see, it's slower. It doesn't do as good. So the lower you keep that, the better it does. It puts it further apart. Now if you need it further apart, then that's what you'll want to do. So as you can see how far apart. See, there we go. See it, the distance is how much further apart they are. So I don't know the exact number, how that translates. I mean, you'd think it was like 10 to 15. I don't know. It's hard to say. But definitely a difference, as you can see. But also, this one only lets you go to 100, and this one, if you put it on anything, I've found that you put it on anything other than 0, it doesn't do anything. This, I was able to change it, but this one you need to change if you want to scale it up. So say we want to go to 2. Put them both on 2. And in this instance, I'm sure there is other ways, but what we're going to do is come over here. And remember, these are all the same tree, so we'll be able to compare the height. It's going to change the height. So you're going to click that, and you're going to click right there. Look at the change that it made. Look how big that tree is. Now we're going to go on and go to 3 on both of them. So we're going to put 3 on the scale limit max and scale limit minimum, and 3. Then we're going to turn it back on, and then we're going to click it again, and it got bigger. And then we're going to go to 4, and 4 is the max limit. You can't go any higher than that. At least I've not been able to. And then we're going to click it here, and it's bigger. So we're going to roll over here, and you wouldn't really want the tree that big, but that's what it does. As you can see, changes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so as you can see here, this shows you the max. It's at the max. And you can go in between there, like 4 point whatever, and then we'll turn this on and click. Well, we got to find an empty spot there, and it put it smaller, as you can see. Which you can't really see it right there. There we go. So you can see that made it much smaller. Almost like a bush, like really low, a lot smaller. Okay, so those are the things you can do. One is probably a good scale to leave it at, I would say, most of the time. Um, there's one more thing. You can do the align to train, but it depends on what you want and what kind of effect you're wanting. I'm going to undo some of these to give us some more room here. We're running out of room here. But I'm going to do it slow because I don't want to jam up the editor, which could happen. But you can see it posted all this stuff under that. So all these trees are here. They're putting it in the scene graph as well. So just bear that in mind as well. So you're going to want to put it in a tree group is what I'm saying. An American elm tree group under the tree transform, the main tree transform. Alright, maybe that's enough. I don't want to overdo. Yes, enough. We could do it. Alright, so say right here we're going to say, align to the terrain, and then we're going to be picking that same tree, then we're going to turn it on, and when you paint it, it's going to tilt the trees to the ground, what angle the ground is like. When that bottom of that tree hits the ground, if it's tilted, it'll tilt. You can't really tell it here much. It must be pretty straight. Let me see. Basically, you can see this tree's slightly angled. Let me find one. I might have to pick a better. There we go. See them angled? That's angled. That one's angled that way. And depending on the tree, that one's angled more. Wherever when it hits the ground, whatever, I guess the angle of it is going to change it, and it shoots it off to the side. I don't know. I wonder if we lower this to 30 and we leave the angle on and we try that again, if that lessens it. We don't have no room here. See, that looks like it lessens it. Yeah, I think that might lessen it. Let's try putting it on 100, and I think it makes it more severe of a angle, but we got to find a spot to try it. Let's get over here. Alright. They're not letting me put very many. I'll put it out there just to get the point. Alright, so let's go in till we can see them. And you can see that some of them's angled more. Most of this is flat ground though, that's the problem. We gotta let's do something. Put it on this hill here. It's not much of a hill, is it? I know what to do. Make this come up and make us a hill. Alright, now we'll paint a tree on that. And it should angle it. Okay, so they put us on the top of the tree. Let's see the angle on it. See it? There you go. That's it. So if you had it on the hill, it would angle it wherever that bottom of that tree hits. So see, if you want it to look that way, like a storm came through and tipped the trees, that'd be good. But I'm thinking that's since it's more angled there. Let me put another one. Let's do another one. Alright, and then let's put it back on here, but let's change it. Change it back to like 20 and see if it's a less of the angle. So did it change anything is my question. Okay, so we got one tree there. You see that angle. So I'm going to undo those couple just back to this. Come on, back to that one. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to put it back on 100 so we can see. So it's still pretty much the same, so that's not affecting that. I couldn't really tell much difference when I did the slope. Now that throwed it down on the ground real good, but it's where it hit on the butt of the tree, as you can see it. So if you want that effect, that's what you need to do, is click on Align to Terrain. But I'm going to turn it off because obviously that's kind of extreme. We don't necessarily want the tree laying on the ground like that or angled. In most cases, you want your trees upright. Now you can select other things that you can do that with. Use this mesh tool with, like, say, this garbage can, which is kind of a silly thing to do, but turn the mesh thing on and go back to it. Let's go back to where it was, 90. Let's go back down to 4 and 8, and then we should be all set. Yeah, and you can see we're painting all these garbage cans in. Now, I don't know what other method or item you would want to put this with. If you could think of something, maybe some sort of rock, you could use it. You could do it with anything, really, if you really wanted that look. But most people ain't going to want that with certain things, like the power lines. You don't want the poles like that. You know, it depends on what you're using it for. So if you've got something you need to scatter around like that, you can use this. It doesn't have to just go on trees. I mean, I can click on, where's a building? I can click on that building, and I can take and click on the mesh tool, and there's the building. There's another building, and another building, and another building. So you don't have to just use it for trees. It's kind of wild, but it double puts them, though. It wouldn't make no sense to do it. As you can see, that one's too twisted. It twists them for you. So if you can see what I'm saying. See how it rotates it for you? It actually shows you better of the rotation the trees are doing with these buildings. You can see the rotation much better. So actually that's a better representation. You can actually see what it did. The trees rotate as you place them. So that gives you a little bit better idea, but you wouldn't be wanting to put these buildings in like that. That'd be kind of weird. I mean, you know, I don't know. But, I mean, you could, hey, let's get a little wild. Let's put it on a line to terrain, and then we're going to turn the mesh back on, and we're going to first turn it off so we can roll out, get a little further away, and we're going to turn the mesh back on, and we're going to have these trees, I mean, these buildings, they should tilt. Oh, so we ain't hitting any high ground. I mean, never mind. So if it's not hitting anything that's angled, I guess they don't tilt. So that's pretty interesting. I guess it would have to hit a slope to do it. Let's make a slope then. See what we got here. Get a little crazy with it. See, there you go. So when it hits that slope, that's what that tilt, that line of terrain, it's gonna hit where the terrain angle was, and it's gonna shoot it out from there. That's why these are angled now, and those weren't, because this was pretty much flat ground. But anyway, I would leave that off most of the time, unless you're making a like place where a tornado or something came through. I would leave that off. But anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to show you. Just some quick update, quick video. I'm gonna be using a hotspot to load it. I hadn't been able to use the phone like I would like to check in, so try to get this uploaded tonight, and hopefully everybody enjoys. Probably gonna call that an episode here. I don't think I left anything out per se. If I did, I'll touch on it later, but that just gives you an idea. You can play around with the numbers, and just remember, when you're undoing some of this after you play around with it, do it slowly so you don't crash your editor, and you should be good. But anyway, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Thanks again for over 500 subscribers. We're on our way to 1,000, and I do thank you. And stay tuned, because I'm not through. I'm going to be posting again as soon as possible. As soon as I get internet going again. I'm hoping it's sooner than later, but we'll see what happens. And I appreciate everybody. Stay tuned and watch the rest of the playlist on the other videos. There's other tutorials, and going to be more coming. And I haven't stopped doing Ranch Simulator or any of the other videos. That's just temporary till I get internet back. But hope everybody's having a great day. Catch you on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.